Hey, it's me, Vicky Marie, and I've got my coffee this morning in my teacher's mug. I'm on my second coffee. I'm coming round because, depending on where you're watching from, it's morning here in Spain, so I've just not that long since got up. But good evening or good afternoon or wherever you are, greetings. So I thought this morning I'd just make a quick video to talk about this mineshaft incident, because a lot of people have right. Let me go back to first of all, let me say thank you to everyone for subscribing, liking, etc. Don't forget to leave your DNA on the like button, please. And if you want to see more videos every day, please subscribe. Remember to press notifications, and then you'll get to know when there's a video coming out or when I'm doing a live stream. Now, this morning we're talking about the Samantha Murphy case. Samantha, who went jogging, disappeared one Sunday morning, and now a young man called Patrick Stevenson has been arrested and charged with murder. We don't know all the details. In fact, we don't know any details really, except for the fact he's been charged with murder. And he has not said where her body is. Samantha is a 51-year-old mother of mother of three. So there are three children wanting to know where their mum is. And unfortunately, I've had the news that she is no longer on this planet. But they want to bring her home. They want to bury her. They want to say goodbye to her. And this idiot, this twonk, Patrick Stevenson, he won't say where she is. So, I'm going to light my candle every morning. I light a candle, not only for Samantha, but for, Samantha's like representative, I suppose, of all missing people, of all people that are missing. Because in a way, I mean, she is still missing. The police have said they think she's dead. They've charged this guy for murder, but no body has been found. So I lighting the candle for all missing people this morning, and especially Samantha, because we've been following this case right from the beginning, right when she first disappeared that Sunday in February. I think it was the 4th of February. Went out for a run, a perfectly normal thing to do that women do every day, every single day. And her life was taken away from her, and she was taken away from her children. So now the area where Samantha disappeared in Ballarat is in Ballarat, Australia, and it's near a big sort of like park, wildlife park, if you like, the Canadian reserve with the woods that she was running through, and the police think that something happened in the Mount Clear area of Ballarat. Now, then, as you know, apparently searches are going on looking for Samantha. This is a town. Ballarat is a town or a city that was there with the gold rush. There were gold prospectors there for many years, and there are a lot of mine shafts. Most of which have been sort of covered over, but there's some that aren't covered over, and so apparently people are searching these mine shafts. Not only the police, but there's a mine shaft expert who's out there having a look down them, because it's a possibility that Samantha's body may be hidden in one of these mine shafts. Now, then the other day, yes, I think it was yesterday or the day before, they're in a more established mine, let's say, because these are mine shafts that are not used anymore, disused mine shafts, but there still are mines in that area. And in one of these mines, there was an accident, and it's a very tragic accident, because talking of lighting the candle also for this person and their family, one person has been killed in this accident. So let's have a look at that first. Now just quickly before I start, I always like to just have a little check if any other news, because things can change very quickly. Yeah, no, she hasn't been found yet. To the date of this video, or to the time of this video actually going out, she hasn't been found. Okay, so we're going to look at some details about this accident. Because the thing is, because it's in Ballarat, obviously it's led to a lot of speculation that there may be some connection, etc. But I just want to show you, because for those of us who don't live in that area, we don't know how close that is to where Samantha went missing, or what the mine is like. Is it an accessible mine? But there's been a lot of speculation, as you can imagine, because people are genuinely interested. I think we have to remember, people genuinely want Samantha to be brought back to her family. So it's not speculation for malicious reasons. It's speculation because everybody wants Samantha to be brought home, and we have to remember that thing. So let's have a look at this news item about this poor guy.
Recovery operation with the news the miner still trapped below the ground has been killed.
Australian Workers Union Victoria State Secretary.
Yeah, because they got quite a few miners out, but one was under the ground still, and he's the one who's died.
Ronnie Hayden joins us live now in Ballarat. Ronnie, this is devastating news for everyone. Can you tell us what's happened?
Good morning, everyone. So yesterday about 5 o'clock, our organisers got a call from our members letting them know that 2 miners had been trapped underground. They were involved in air legging, which is a manual style of mining, and allegedly were working under unsupported ground when it collapsed. Shortly after our organisers turned up on the site, we were informed that one of the miners had been killed.
Now, he said they were working on unsupported ground. There's going to be a massive inquiry about that. Why were they working on unsupported ground? I mean, I just think to be a miner, it takes a lot of cojones, as we say in Spain, a lot of balls, because I couldn't go under the thought of being claustrophobic under the earth, etc. For me would just be a nightmare. So, but it's strange that you're saying on unsupported ground. I mean, is that even legal?
Whilst the other had been taken to airlifted to hospital.
Ronnie, that's really hard to take. The families, co-workers, how are you navigating through that this morning?
Angry. Our members are angry. The workers are angry. I'm angry. Our organisers are angry. This could have been avoided, we're devastated.
Can you are you in a position to elaborate on that anger?
Well, I guess in Victoria we do have workplace manslaughter. Since that law came in, 169 workers have been killed at work. This year alone, 12 workers have been killed at work. And in that time since the law has...
12 workers this year alone. It's only the 14th of March. Well, there's something wrong there, isn't there?
Come in, there's been 1 prosecution. And there wasn't any jail time. It's not acceptable. We need to make sure that if we are introducing laws, that we are holding bosses accountable to those laws.
Just in relation to this one, though, early days, it sounds like you've got some information. I don't know.
So it sounds as if this is like the employers cutting corners, maybe, and putting their workers at risk by cutting corners. That's the sort of feeling that you get, isn't it?
If you're in a position to share it about this particular mine.
We've had some concerns with this mine, with our members working under unsupported ground in the past. Since the new takeover, so a new company took over this company early this year. They got rid of their senior safety officer and a couple of other employees that were...
Oh, so they got rid of the safety officer. The new company that came in, took over this mine, got rid of the safety officer. Well, there's going to be a massive investigation, isn't there? But because it doesn't bring this poor guy back, or it doesn't help his family.
concerned about safety on site. So, yes, we do have some serious concerns about what's going on, but we'll be meeting with the authorities later on today and be in a better position to comment on that.
Yeah, a lot more to follow up, it would seem. While we have you, do you have an update on that 21-year-old who's in a critical condition at the Alfred Hospital in Melbourne at the moment?
Yeah, so there is another very, as they say, there's a 21, she said, and another young person. Second minor is in hospital and is in a critical condition. So you just have to hope that he pulls through and he hasn't got any serious, life-changing injuries.
We're being told at this stage is that he is in a critical condition, and we're waiting to hear more.
Ronnie, do you know what caused it yet? Has anyone been able to elaborate on that? So the style of mining they were doing is called air legging. So it's more of a manual task, and our understanding is that they were under unsupported ground, and the ground gave way.
Oh my God!
Terrible, mate. Just terrible.
We know there have been issues at that mine in the past as well.
Ronnie, you've got a hell of a day ahead of you. We appreciate you being on, and to all the families, the miners and the community out there, our thoughts and prayers with them. Yeah, thanks, man.
Absolutely, Ronnie. Thank you.
Terrible.
Hey, people go off to work normal days, say goodbye to their wives, their children, mums and dads. If that young lad who's only 21, maybe he's still living at home, by normal day, got their plans for the evening, the next day, the weekend, and then the bloody earth collapses on top of them because they're working on unsupported ground. I cannot believe that. Do you imagine it? So they're digging, but I'm just speechless that could happen in 2024. That sounds like something that would have happened in the 1950s or whatever, when nobody cared about people's welfare. It's terrible. But anyway, so obviously because it's happened in Ballarat and that's where Samantha went missing, and there's a lot of talk about her maybe being down a mine shaft. When this news came out, for a lot of us who don't know the area, it was like, oh, could this possibly be connected in any way? Because it's nearby where they're searching for, or, nearby as we thought, for where they're searching for Samantha. So I just want to read out a comment one of my chatters put on the website, which I thought was very useful, and thank you. I won't name them. I mean, it's there on my YouTube channel, but it was very useful to get some local information, because they said these incidents are not related. I live 500 metres from the Wuwukarung. That's the national park where Samantha went missing, the Wuwukarung National Park, and about 1.5 kilometres from the collapsed mine, which is located at the top of the White Horse Range, which obviously I don't know that, but if you look at a map of Ballarat, you can see how far apart the areas are. The gold mines run at least 500 metres underground, whereas the shafts from the gold rush are no more than 30 to 5 metres deep. So that's very interesting sort of local information there that gives us a bit more context about this incident. So it's they're not related. So but you can see why people initially thought, oh, maybe there is some sort of relationship. But anyway, apparently there isn't. So just to let you know that. And then while I'm on this Facebook page for the Today News, I want to have, I don't know if we've seen this video, so I'm going to have a look at this. Where is Sam Murphy's body? I think we should look at this.
Sam Cucchiara has spent much of the...
I just want to point out as well, there's a lot of talk about Princess Kate in Australia as well. So of course, Australia does take an interest in the royal family. I'll probably be doing some more news about a video about Kate late at some point. Well, we'll see if any more news comes out. She's supposedly coming back out in Easter, isn't she? They say she's coming out back into public life. But I still think there's something going on there, more than just her illness. But anyway, time will tell. But I just hope she's okay, because I'm serious. You know, people don't. I may be a Republican, but I don't want anything to happen to Kate. You know, a woman. What's going on? Anyway.
Past month in Ballarat, and he joins me there now. Sam, the big question remains, where is Samantha? Her family just wants to bring her home.
Ali, all of our hearts are breaking tonight for Samantha's family. Not only did they learn today that their mother, their wife, was allegedly murdered by a 22-year-old man. The police say she did not know, but Samantha's family is no closer to knowing where she is, and without that, they won't be able to hold a funeral. They won't be able to properly put her to rest. Now, while we don't know what this 22-year-old accused man told police in his interview, the Chief Commissioner today did.
Yeah, now we've talked about it a lot. I've said a lot. His family should be putting some pressure on him to say where Samantha is, because this is cruel. It's the cruelest thing of all, because imagine not only being told that your mum is dead, then not only that she's dead, but she's been murdered. Then not only that, they don't know where the body is and you can't even bury her. Imagine that, you know. So this guy, he has got to tell where she is. And as long as he's not telling where she is, he should get an extra year on his sentence for every day that he does not say where she is. He should get an extra, well, he shouldn't be coming, you know, it's making the offence worse, isn't it? This is what I'm saying. It's terrible what he's done. I mean, who knows how it happened, but however it happened, but, you know, he can't change that. This is something he can do something about. He can redeem himself at least a little bit, you know, in this world and the next, if only he would tell. Sorry, I'm going to sneeze.
Say that he has not revealed where Sam's body is.
And Sam, I mean, police are so adamant that this was deliberate, that she was allegedly murdered the day she disappeared, yet this 22-year-old isn't known to the family. So how did he come on the radar? Because it doesn't make much sense.
Yeah, because the police have been so tight-lipped, obviously, because it's an ongoing investigation, but they are adamant. It was a deliberate act that led in Samantha's death. They said it wasn't a hit and run. You know, they're adamant of this. So there must be a reason why they think this, but they're just, you know, obviously the investigations progressing with or without Samantha's body, and it'd be August before he comes to court. But the police are, you know, adamant that he did it deliberately, but we don't know, you know, but according to them, there's no connection between this boy and the family, you know, and Samantha. So, you know, it's still an ongoing mystery.
There's not much about this making sense at the moment, Ali, and this will all obviously play out through the court process, but there are so many unanswered questions. Police haven't revealed how Sam was allegedly murdered or why. They did obviously say that this man does not know Sam or her family. What I can tell you, though, is that this 22-year-old local footballer was house-sitting at a property. He was staying with his girlfriend, and that's when police swooped around 6 o'clock yesterday morning. Neighbours in that street have told me they saw in excess of a dozen police cars there, and they say that the detectives also seized this man's white ute, and that will now also undergo forensic testing.
He was in court today. Did we learn anything further?
It was a really brief administration hearing. The 22-year-old didn't really say much. He didn't really look around the courtroom. He was wearing an orange high-vis shirt.
So this video was made even when, even before they were allowed to mention his name. His name, of course, is Patrick Stevenson, but it looks like this video but we haven't watched this video before. That's why I just thought I'd show it to you.
And obviously we can't report his name tonight, and that's because his lawyer applied for a suppression order suppressing his identity. But worth noting, Ali, that man didn't have any supporters in court today, and Sam's family also chose not to attend.
And that's what we have to remember here, isn't it, Sam, that at the centre of this is her...
So Sam's family didn't attend. This boy's family didn't attend that first. He's never had anybody attend. And of course, he is the son of a famous footballer in Australia. Maybe that's why they didn't attend. Gosh, no, a lot of speculation has led to the family, because do you know the police really have engendered that speculation a little bit, because when they were looking before they arrested this guy, they did say they believed multiple persons may have been involved. One or more people, they said first of all, and then they did say multiple persons. So of course this is stuck in people's minds, and people are thinking, how can a 22-year-old who apparently was out on a bender the night before, and we've seen video of him, how, what he's like after he's been on a bender. How did he do it on his own? Not so much whatever happened to the act, but how did he hide the body afterwards and cover his tracks? So there's a lot of speculation that he might have had help, and I know that's unfortunate for the family, that there's speculation, but really the police have caused that speculation by saying right from the offset they thought there was more than one person involved. Also, there's sort of speculation that may have been his family who actually led the police to him, or there's speculation that his sister may have said something, his girlfriend may have said something. But at the end of the day, until the police speak officially, we do not know. What came to put him on their radar, what came, to lead them towards him, we just don't know.
Poor family, and they've been under such intense scrutiny during the toughest time of their lives.
This would no doubt have been an excruciating past few weeks for all of Samantha's loved ones, especially her husband Mick and her 3 kids. You can't really begin to imagine what they've been experiencing, not only contending with the unknown of what has happened to Sam and where she is, but also having their entire lives under the microscope. This story has not only gone around Australia, it has gone around the world. And as you say, at the heart of this is a grieving family. We just hope that they very soon get those final few answers that they're desperately praying for tonight.
Yeah, and Sam, too, our thoughts are with the community, because as we've seen day after day, they have got together, they have searched the bushland for clues. That is a community feeling great pain tonight. And as I said, our thoughts are with them. Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they're out again this weekend looking for clues. The community have got involved, and it seems to have helped them. At the end of the day, it seems to have helped the community to help, if you see what I mean. We all want to help, don't we? We don't want to feel helpless. We don't want to feel, when things happen in our locality, especially with something like what's happened to Sam, and a lot of people will relate to that, whether they knew her or not. They live in that community, maybe run in the same area. A lot of people will be, having to come to terms with that, and it helps people to come to terms with things if they feel that they can do something constructive. So that'll be, that's what's behind that, and I can see that absolutely. Now then, I wanted to show you. So we've been through the mine. Oh, I just want to read you so going back to the mine incident, because I've become interested in this now, because it's just awful, isn't it? It feels like it may have been avoidable. Let's have a look. So yeah, oh God, why is that? Devastating. The union boss claims the Ballarat mining disaster, it was avoidable. So the tragic final moments before a mine collapse, killing a worker and injuring another, have been revealed as friends pay tribute. So the tragic final moments before a sudden mine collapse that killed one worker and left another injured in Victoria have been revealed as friends and family begin paying tribute to the man who died. So this is an operational mining site on Woolshed Gully Drive in Mount Clear. So the other thing is it was Mount Clear. The reason why people have speculated that they might be connected is it was Mount Clear that the police said they were, narrowing down the search, didn't they, to Mount Clear. So that's another reason why we were thinking that it may be connected, or there was speculation that it might be connected. So it's 4:50 p.m. when they were called on Wednesday, which I would imagine that at 4:50 p.m. they were quite close to the end of the working day as well, which is very sad, isn't it? Because I wouldn't imagine they work much later than 6. I don't know. Somebody might know that, but just it feels like they were nearly at the end of the day, probably starting to think about going home and what they were going to do. Anyway, 2 people were pinned by fallen rocks, and 29 workers took refuge in a safety pod and were later brought to safety. And the body of Bruthen man Kurt Hurrigan, 37, has since been recovered after he became trapped 500 metres underground and 3 kilometres from the mine's entrance. And the second man, of course, is in hospital that we heard. Oh, so this is the victim, Kurt. So rest in peace, Kurt, and, regards to it and love and prayers for all his family. So loved ones described Mr. Hurrigan, who was a father, as someone many looked up to. So Reese Hurrigan, which I presume, I don't know if that's, his brother. I still can't believe you are gone. This is what he wrote on social media. I've always looked up to you. Thank you for all the, I'm going to start crying now. Thank you for all the good and bad memories we have shared together. That's what it's like with siblings, isn't it? I love you so much, brother. And someone called Stephanie Colliero said he would never ever be forgotten. Our brother, our best mate, our son Kurt, we are so broken here without you. I still don't feel it's real. I'm still waiting for you to walk in and say it's just a dumb joke. I'm hungry. You were the best mate I could ask for. All the good and dumb advice, the cuddles when I'm bawling my eyes out, or just for sitting with me and having a stubby on the couch. Our kids love you so much. As you love them, my kids will know their Uncle Kurt. Love you and miss you so much, mate. Oh. Someone called Steve Hollis wrote, the best mate anyone could ask for. You could never be replaced. And I'll miss you every day. So, getting down to the nitty-gritty of it, the Australian Workers' Union Victorian State Secretary, Ronnie Hayden, claimed that the 2 men had been, this is the guy that we saw talking, claimed that the 2 men had been air-legging under unsupported ground when the collapse occurred. Mr. Hayden said the manual style of mining should only be used to investigate the ground and involved a drill with air and water moving through it. And he said they should not have been doing that task in that mine. In tunnelling, for example, they'd use air-legging to put anchors into the rocks to hold the rocks back, but they were actually using it to create a tunnel to work into to chase the gold. We are going to be pushing very hard to make sure the industrial manslaughter laws are used. And Mr. Hayden said the man's death was absolutely devastating because it could have been avoided. So he said this tragic incident is now being independently investigated by WorkSafe Victoria. Dear me, sorry, it's made me cry now. I already had a sort of some allergy or something. So the mine owners Victory Minerals, so that's the name of the company, said in a statement, safety on site was the first priority. Oh, come on, we know that's probably not true. Money always comes first, doesn't it? This tragic incident is now being independently investigated by WorkSafe Victoria. Their statement said, given this, it's not appropriate for us to comment further right now, or other to confirm we are cooperating fully with this investigation. And they said no safety professionals working underground in the mine were made redundant in the recent restructure. That's not what the guy said earlier. Now it would, and let's see, have they mentioned the family at all? It'd be nice if they would have said our sympathy goes out to the family or something. So they're saying we increase safety professional resources within the underground. Anyway, you know, that's something for an investigation, but she's what the Health and Safety Executive Director Narelle Beer said inspectors had been on site since last night investigating the tragic set of circumstances. It will be a complex, detailed investigation, will take some time. We're very keen to understand how we can ensure that a tragedy like this never occurs again. It does seem strange to me that a new company takes it over. They sack one of their health and safety people or whatever, and then suddenly this accident happens. But as part of this investigation, we'll absolutely be looking into what's occurred in the past and if there's anything that could have predicted this or prevented it occurring. And she said, if as a result of that, there's a prosecution that will follow, that matter will be prosecuted accordingly. She could not confirm reports the site's safety manager was made redundant and not replaced before the incident. And acting inspector Lisa McDougall, so that was our policewoman that we'd seen, you know, in the early days of the Samantha Murphy investigation. We saw her talking, didn't we, when we watched the video last night? So she confirmed that a body was located at 5:20 a.m. So she said, this morning, tragically, the remaining patient that rescue teams were working to access was located deceased. She said, and it's understood a coroner's van left the site at 9. The site has been closed down now for investigators. And she also went on to say that the owners of the mine, Victory Minerals, have cooperated with the police through the investigation. Well, it's only just started, to be honest. So here we've got some pictures of the site. Yeah. Oh, they did say the company, our deepest sympathies and thoughts are with his family and all our people right now. Our priority is supporting the well-being of our team members and their families as we all come to terms with this tragic news. So let's say we need to send some prayers out for the 22-year-old man who is now in hospital fighting for his life in the Alfred Hospital. Let's hope that has a happy resolution. Now, this is a picture. So if Mount Clear is here, and this is where the mine is, and Mount Clear, this area here, that's where Samantha was, where the police did a search for evidence about Samantha. It's interesting, as it said, the mine's extensive network of tunnels stretches deep beneath Ballarat streets and buildings. It is interesting. Okay. Okay, so yeah, let's put that one down. Very interested about these mine shafts, and what we looked at briefly last night. If you were watching the video that I did last night, the live that I did last night, we were talking a little bit, weren't we, about the. Let me put that down. I've already talked about that. We were talking about the mine shafts, and especially this guy. Raymond Shaw, this guy who's the mineshaft expert, and we were drawing parallels, or I was drawing parallels. Reminds me a little bit of Peter Folding, because Peter Folding is the human mole according to him, and he's grown up, hasn't he, going in potholes and this, that, and the other, and hit small spaces. So this man, who's an esteemed mineshaft explorer, Raymond Shaw, he believes one of the 5,000 mine shafts hidden beneath Ballarat could be where the Victorian mum's body is lying, as he continues doing his bit to help police in their quest to locate her. Well, it can't hurt, can it? It's great that he's going down and check it, because the police can't check everything all at once. They can only do so much at a time. And while this Patrick Oren Stevenson is being such a twonk and not saying where she is, any help is better than no help, isn't it? So he's been abseiling down the mines. Just make me laugh, this photo of him here. Abseiling down many of the mines, looking for belongings, electronic devices and clothing that could help in the investigation. So, yeah. And then it goes on to talk about what we've already talked about, the other mine incident. So, is Samantha down a mine? Will we ever find, sometimes it is a worry, because, it'd be awful to think a body would never be recovered. Sometimes it takes years to recover a body. And the thing is, it's the DNA, the forensic evidence every day that goes past, it gets more difficult for when they do find her to sort of make the assessments that they need to make. So we just keep praying. That's all we can do, is pray, send out good thoughts, good feelings, and hope that that she is found. Hope that the 21-year-old guy in hospital survives and doesn't have life-changing injuries as well, because he may survive, but we don't know what his injuries are. It's very sad, that, about the mine, and it just feels like, that policewoman, Lisa, I'd never heard of her before. Now I feel like, I've seen her on all the, she must think, oh my God, what else can happen? I suppose that's what happens when you're a police inspector or whatever. You've got to expect, things are going to happen, but they just seem very high profile things. Yeah. All this going on in Ballarat. So that's two things. Is there going to be a third? They say things coming. Three. So you're coming up, Riley, to say hello. Riley's here, but he's not actually jumping up. He's just here. You're coming up to say hello. You're coming up. You're coming up to say hello. Come on, come and say hello. What's this? What's this? Come here. Come here. Come up. Up. Come on. No, he won't come up. Okay, so that's it. I thought I'd just let you know about the mineshaft incident, because I know a lot of you have been speculating about it. Maybe connected, or there may be, just seem like so much of a coincidence, but it doesn't seem that it's connected so far. It doesn't seem like it's connected in any way. It's just coincidence. But anyway, so have a good day. I will. What day is it today? It's Members Live tonight. Thank you to all my members, and if you want to join my channel, it's €1.99 a month to be a member, and every Thursday night we have a Members Live. Come on then. So tonight I'll be talking about Nicola Bulley, about a little bit about Peter Folding, and about a missing child case. At the moment, there's a little boy being searched for in a river in Leicestershire in the UK, and this has gone on for weeks. And Peter Folding, the SGI team, are there helping out as well, along with lots of other, a lot of resources are being put into finding this little boy, because he's only 2 years old. He fell into the river, freak accident. Anyway, I'm going to be talking about that tonight, those three things in the Members Live. So if you want to join that live, you can become a member. and our members' lives are every Thursday. Also, I'll be telling my members when I'm going on location, and then next week I'll be telling them where I'm going. The members are always the first to know where I'm going on location. And I think that's it. So, oh, here he is. Here he is. You come and say, have a good day. Have a good day, everyone. He's waving with his ear. Look. This is Riley, one of my dogs, for those of you who don't know. So, yeah. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. That's a free way that you can really help me out. Hey, there he is. There he is. He's beautiful. Thank God for dogs, eh? When the world seems crazy around you and you can give your dog a cuddle, it just makes everything feel better. So thank God for dogs. Okay. Remember to live and love wisely, carefully. Please don't go near any mine shafts. Please, please, please. And I'll see you very soon. And until then, may your God go with you. Have a good day.